Biryanis are plenty. Each one of them, say that their biryani is the best. So is the competition in Calcutta. So today we're going to learn how to make Calcutta Mutton Biryani. So each one of them have subtle differences, but pretty much they all love to cook in a nice yakhni. Yakhni is a very good extract of meat cooked in nice curd and all that. Namaste, Salam Alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. Welcome back to another session with your Vahchef at VahRehVah.com. And today, this Calcutta Mutton Biryani, I want to pick up nice, big chunks of mutton. So, when you take the mutton pieces, you want them big and with the bone in if possible. And the kind of nalli bone also cut into like big pieces like this will be good. But you want to make sure that the mutton is nice and tender. That means it has to be cooked for a long time to get that kind of texture. That means meat should be falling off the bone. Meat should literally melt. That is when you're going to enjoy this biryani. First, we're going to add some oil. There is very simple processes, but this biryani is not like masaladar biryani. Hyderabadi ones, we make a lot of them masaladar biryanis. These ones are mainly rich. That means when you eat it, you will get that nice sweet meat flavor, and always that Mughalai little bit of touch of rose essence, roux Kewra is also added. First, add some ginger garlic paste, and in this we are going to add the brown onion paste. This will give very nice rich flavor to your biryani. In Hyderabad, we add brown onions at the last, but here, right in the cooking of the mutton itself, they love to add the brown onion paste. In this, we're going to add the meat pieces. I've got big chunks of meat, but you want to make sure that you cook the meat really good. You want to cook this meat till this is nice and tender. In this, we're going to add little salt. Do not add too much because the salt can also slow the process of letting the mutton cook till it is nice and soft. And once this mutton is slightly sauteed, add water. And you cook till this mutton is nice and soft. Put the lid on and let it cook. So sometimes it may take 30 minutes, 40 minutes, but you want all the flavors from the mutton to get into that liquid. That is what will be our yakhni. Once this is all, more like almost cooked, then we're going to add yogurt and the masalas. After cooking for almost 30 minutes, it is become nice, flavorful, and the liquid is also become concentrated a little bit. And we're going to make it even more rich by adding some milk into this. You want the yakhni means with the yogurt. So the meat along with this yogurt, we're just going to add all of this. And then we're going to continue to cook because we want this to become very nice. With the bone and all that, the meats will become kind of sticky. Everything will become good. In this, we're going to add chili powder, little bit of garam masala powder. This is optional. I want that nice flavor to remain, but little bit of garam masala powder will give a very nice taste to my curry. And also, now I'm going to adjust little bit of salt and I'm going to let it cook good because I want the meat to be fully flavorful. Anyway, I want this water to reduce much further so that I have a very nice thick stock. Salt is very little, so I'm going to add some more salt into this. And one more thing what I did is, see, once this is reduced to half, I'm going to add potatoes. These potatoes are already almost half boiled. And what I did is I put some turmeric and salt and I let these potatoes cook. You can add the whole potatoes if they are a little bit smaller, but these are bigger potatoes. And when they cook in that meat stock, that is when these potatoes will become tasty. If you boil these potatoes out completely, you will never get that nice taste of these potatoes getting from the meat juices. So let this cook in this, but we're going to add it later. This is going to take another 10 minutes or so. In the meanwhile, I'm going to cook the rice also, which will go on top of this. Making the rice is also very, very important. So here I've got this water boiling. In this, add oil and salt. Salt is very essential. I've told you many times. In a biryani, if you don't know how to add the salt, you can never make good biryani. Always add salt and check the taste. If the water is like sea salt, a little bit less than sea salt, this water should be, only then your rice will be perfect for biryani. Little more. Now the rice is going to be tasty. In this, we're going to flavor it pretty good. In this, we're going to add a lot of spices, including peppercorn, some Shahi jeera, and the whole spices, just to make sure that this is flavorful, including the Hyderabad's favorite kebab chini. You want the rice to be nice and perfect and flavorful. In this, some of the people, they don't add mint, but I'm going to add mint into all my biryanis, irrelevant what. So in the last, I'm going to add in the mutton. So if you don't want to add, because they add Kewra water and rose essence. Rose essence is, of course, from the rose petals, they extract the flavors, and Kewra is a plant, what we call in Telugu is mogali puvu. That Kewra water will also give very nice flavor in lot of mutton preparation, and all those things they add, which I'm going to add it in the meat. So now when the water is boiling, we're going to add rice. In this, they add saffron and all that to get that nice color, but I'm going to put the saffron on the top, as I do my regular biryanis. And in this, after you add, just mix this one time, and we're going to use the draining method. That means when the rice is fully cooked, we're going to drain the water, and then we're going to put it on top of the mutton. The liquids have concentrated, the meat is also perfectly cooked. So what do I mean perfectly cooked is, if you take the meat, look at this, the meat has to be that soft. And what about the potatoes? Potatoes will get cooked in this. So potatoes are half cooked, so just put these potatoes on top of this. These potatoes will absorb all the meat juices and will get cooked perfectly. Now, I told you, some people love to use a mint or not, but in this they use rose essence. So I'm going to add some rose essence and Kewra water. This is what will give nice flavor for a lot of Mughlai kind of cooking, and even in good yakhnis they do this. Me, I'm adding mint. If you want, you add it, otherwise you can skip this. So I want this additional flavor of mint. In this, they add plums, dried plums, and these plums, even if you purchase Bombay biryani masala and all that, you will find one or two of these plums, and these plums will also give very nice taste to it. When you get it one piece, you can bite into it. But the rice here is almost 50-60% done, and I'm going to spread this rice on top of this hot gravy very carefully like this. In the whatever the leftover yakhni, the rice has to cook in that. That is what is the speciality of our Calcutta style biryani. Here we're going to add some saffron water, Hyderabadi tradition, some coriander, but you can add a lot of brown onion also. Each one has a different flavor. Now, when the potatoes come out, when the meat come out, it will look as if the meat has been fried in the oil. It's because the moisture, everything, it will be absorbed by the rice, and underneath with little bit of ghee and all that, it will get cooked. But now, to flavor this, I'm going to add ghee, and now we're going to do the dum with some atta and thing. But I do not want to cook this directly. I'm going to put a tawa and put that on. Finally, we're going to squeeze in some lemon juice. And a lot of people, what they do is they boil the eggs, they try to put it on top. No, don't do that. Because eggs should be cooked 8-9 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. But if you put on this and dum for 15 more minutes after boiling the eggs for 10 minutes, the egg inside yolk will become dark. You don't want that. So when this is all ready, when I'm just serving it, I'll just put an egg on top, because egg anyway is not going to absorb any of the flavors. So put the atta, wet it little bit, and then put the lid on. So this is like a slow dum I'm going to cook. I'm going to cook like this for 15 minutes on a slow flame. All the moisture from the mutton will be absorbed by the rice, and the rice will cook perfect. After around 15 to 20 minutes, the biryani comes out perfect. And you can add eggs on the top when you serve the biryani. Always what I do is, whenever the biryani is ready, the first thing I do is check the bottom of the vessel to see if more moisture is there. If there is little bit moisture, it is okay. because later by the time you serve, all the moisture will be gone. Look at this rice. See, if you want your rice to be perfect, look at this. This is how your rice has to be done. Now I am going to show the meat also. Look at this. Look at the potatoes and the meat. The meat is so nice and tender, and very carefully I have cooked the potatoes in such a way that they are done perfectly and they are fully cooked. And the meat is also cooked so perfectly, and this is how a Calcutta biryani has to be. This is so good. And now you can put the eggs on top of it and serve. I am sure you have understood how the meat has to be cooked. And look at this. The meat has to come off the bone, and this is how delicate it should be and how soft this should be. Calcutta biryani is ready, and all you need to do is take the bite. And especially the potato. Look at it. The nice pieces, so soft, they literally melt in your mouth. And even these potatoes will be like 10,000 times more tasty than the regular potatoes because they are cooked in this yakhni. Dear friend, make this biryani, enjoy it with your family, and with every bite you will keep saying VahRehVah. So